working a lot. But yeah, it's time. It's time to start.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining. We are here to discover technology all together. So let's do that. Thank you for joining. We are all together with the project called XTechnology, developing different stacks, technologies, and basically languages. And today we have a special session. It's called Code Hour. So we dedicate 1 hour for something new for all of us and start digging deeper into this stack or new things. And basically during this live, you can dive into creation of new open source project based on NestJS. Basically, we will be building something really amazing for NestJS. And today we have our author of this coding tool. It's Andrew. My name is also Andrew. And we also have another expert, Artyom. So if you guys could introduce yourself a bit, would be nice.
Yeah, let me start. Hi, everybody. And usually when we're together with Andrew is Andrew, and is Andrei.
Yeah.
It's a bit different sound. Okay, so I'm working with web technologies for 14 years. I've been working as a front-end developer, back-end developer, tech lead, team lead, architect, DevOps, finally several years on CTO position, and currently I'm working on my own project, and I am helping leads to build their teams better, stronger. Artyom, could you tell a couple of words about you, your first time on our coding sessions?
Yeah, thank you, guys. I'm Artyom. I'm front-end and back-end developer, so full stack. And Andrew and Andrei kindly invited me to the stream for asking some questions, and so I hope I will improve my knowledge in NestJS and things near it. So that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's cool. Thank you.
Cool, Andrew. Yeah, so let's probably start. I think you have something special for us today.
Yeah. Okay, let's start. I guess smoothly removing you to another screen, and we're gonna create open source project, and that's why we start on GitHub, of course. There, all the open source project starts now. Okay. First, I want to create a repository, and I hope that I have permissions to create in under XTechnology account. Let's check it. Okay, and here's the first challenge which you usually face. So then you create a new repository, you need to give it a name. It's very hard sometimes. So let's focus on what we want to create. We want to create a boilerplate. So it's a project which you can use when you start something. It usually includes predefined build tools, installed some libraries, and it's usually already works and provides some functionality. So I think that we can call it a boilerplate, but it's like we want to focus on Nest.js and on TypeORM. So I just call it Nest, TypeORM, boilerplate, or probably starter kit. But I like boilerplate word more. Okay. Let's boilerplate. Nest.js, this pre-configured. That
should be also an option to make a project template. don't see this option here.
Sorry, Andrew, something wrong with your mic.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes, you will.
Yeah, I think it should be an option to create a project and mark it as a template.
Yeah.
It's probably what we want here. But maybe it's on the later stage when you already created in the settings. I don't see this option here.
Yeah, I remember it as well. Okay, and TypeORM module migrations considers. Okay, public. We need the README file. Git ignore. We'll include common ignore files for node. And license, we're gonna choose MIT license because it actually allows anybody to do almost anything with your code, and that's what we creating this project for. Okay, exciting. We created open source project, guys. We are done.
Okay, cool. So
was...
let's probably write some code as well.
Oh, really? Okay. So first of all, I want to edit it in IDE. So I want to clone it and do it. There is code, sage, copy. I will use PHP Storm from JetBrains. And if it's usual station, you have project on GitHub and you want to start editing it. So there is Git Clone command. You just type URL here, and it will create folder with the project and initiate Git in it. So you will have all the Git features provided by PHP Storm. Okay, pressing clone, and yeah, here we are. Cool, we have README, and I suggest to start from defining what we want to get. Like, let's just set a goal. What this boilerplate will provide to us. Yeah, we have descriptions, and we'll add section features. By the way, creating an open source project is a bit different from usual projects because you need to pay attention to documentation even more. Because if people don't understand how to use your project, then they will not use it, and they will not contribute into it. So usually you need to pay more attention to it. But we are also limited by time, so probably I will not I will focus on code, and probably this documentation I will just write separately. But general features, I think we need to at least list here. So we'll have REST API by Nest. We will work with Postgres as database, and everything will be pre-configured in this project to just start using it. Postgres as DBMS. We will use TypeORM to connect to Postgres from Nest. TypeORM as ORM, wisely. We also will use a library which helps us to generate endpoints based on database structure, because we don't want to write this code. So we will have automatically generated CRUD endpoints. endpoints. So it's like get, post, delete for entities in a database. We also will configure migrations. Migrations are required when you actually run your project on production, and you want to add some tables, you want to modify your database locally, and then you need to apply these changes on production. And for this purpose, you need to write migrations and run them. So we'll cover this moment as well. And another interesting thing which we will touch and prepare in this boilerplate is seeders. It's special pieces of code which allow you to fill your database. Because imagine you create some database structure, and for example, you start to developing UI, and you need to generate some data to work with it in the UI. It can be fake data. Of course, you can do some REST API calls and fill database, but it's not useful, because when you get team and there will be let's say 5 people working on the same project, and they want to generate data in the same way, and here seeders could help you with it. It's just a way to fill your database, but we'll cover it in details. Okay, that's it. We'll also have tests for integration tests. Integrations tests for API endpoints. Wow, integrations. That's correct. So you probably wrote tests before, but I just talk a little bit about this word integrations. Integration. There are unit tests. Then you just write in tests for specific functional, and unit tests you usually run in isolation. So, for example, you test some class or some function, and you mock everything which this function use. Functional tests or end-to-end tests, they are more about checking all the functionality of the product. But integration test, it's something in the middle. In our case, we will test API endpoints, and these endpoints will use a real database, and we will check output of our API. So in this way, I think that it's a good solution for when you need to test API. Then you check endpoints together with this database. Okay, but let's start. We have a list of features. We probably will add some examples here later. And probably we will add more features here, but let's just start actually writing some code. But first I'm gonna commit it, and it will be initial description. Project. Okay, commit and push. I do it directly from IDE. Yeah. And now we can check and see that these changes, they are reflected here on GitHub. Amazing. Okay, first of all, we're gonna init NestJS project. Interesting moment about this coding hour is that none of us actually prepared for it. So now it's complete improvisation. So it's we're doing it like we do it in real life. And in real life, go to documentation. usually on GitHub to see how to do first steps with some library. Okay, it looks easy. We will not use npm, we will use yarn, but we'll install a CLI of NestJS to generate the project. Okay.
Andrei, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course. You're here for
So, can you please explain why NestJS, why not Express, Fastify, or so on?
Yeah, of course. First of all, NestJS, it's a bit different from Express and Fastify. Express and Fastify, they allows you to create HTTP server, and that's it. And they provide you some mechanics on creating middlewares. And everything else is on your side. So you decide how to build architecture. And great thing about NestJS that it actually helps you to build good architecture even if you don't have experience in it. So framework itself based this way that it will not allow you to write shitty code. So you will be able, but there is less chances to do it. So it goes with predefined things, architectural things. Like for example, you will have controllers, and all the endpoints you will describe in controllers. It also goes with routing, and super cool feature in NestJS. It's dependency ejection. So you combine your code in a special way, and I think it's easy to show on examples. So now we just start this NestJS, and you'll see how simple and how beautiful your code is. And yeah, but under the hood, NestJS, it uses Express or Fastify, whatever you want to run HTTP server. So it's a little bit different level of framework, if you want. It gives you some architectural patterns. Artyom?
Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay, and the cool thing about NestJS is that it doesn't.
Sorry, can I interrupt you for a second? Could you please share as well the screen to our call, so we can see it in live, or it's not possible?
Oh, you don't see it for all this time.
Yeah, basically from the YouTube, it's a delay about 5 seconds, so it's kind of possible to be on track.
Okay, I just forgot to share a screen with you guys.
Yeah, cool.
Now you see what.
Yeah.
Yeah, typical mistake. Okay. Next time, please do not wait 20 minutes before telling me.
You know, we tried.
Okay. So, cool thing about NestJS is that it's technology agnostic. So you can use different libraries with it easily. So you can choose ORM, which you will use. You can choose library for HTTP server like Express or Fastify. You can choose Logger and all these things. And sometimes then you need to choose a lot. It's quite hard to start a project. And that's why in Boilerplate, I want to narrow down a stack of technologies which we use. And yeah, we'll use Nest, but we predefine that we'll use Postgres as database, TypeORM as ORM, and it makes things easier. You can start your project faster. So that's the idea of boilerplate. You don't need to make so many decisions. Some technologies are just pre-configured for you. Okay, let's finally start. First step. We need to install NestJS CLI. I guess that I probably already have it, but yarn global and HLSI. Okay, here we are. And now we can use Nest CLI. Let's try it. Nest. Okay. If we just type Nest, it shows us what we can do with this CLI. And actually, we can do a lot of things. So now we start with generating the project, but you can generate different piece of this project, this CLI, and it saves you a lot of time. Okay, Nest new project name, Nest new. Now I think it's gonna create it inside inside this directory, but I want it to be on top level. New options. I want to see options for new. Let me just try help. Directory. Oh yeah, I can specify directory. That's cool. So I will use the same name as we have for GitHub repo, but I will specify directory as current directory. Let's try it out. Wow, NestJS schemas are not resolved. Up in a few seconds. Failed to execute command. Not run, no skip git. Package manager undefined. Okay, that happens. Let's try this out, Victory.
Errors. I like errors during lives. So when you just don't expect anything bad to happen, but it happens.
Collection.
Let's try to understand why.
Yeah, collection NestJS schematics can be resolved. What the fuck is collection NestJS schematics?
Is it a part of the NestJS as well?
Okay. Probably we need to use another version of Nest. But
Let's try that.
Usually when you see an error, you go to Google. Just Google it. Okay. Google. Stack Overflow and resolved. Oh, it's because we're using Yarn. Okay. We'll simplify everything. If you... Oh. Keep using
But why?
Why? Okay, here's a solution. You just need to add schematics with Yarn as well. Okay. Come on, Nest. A merge conflict. Of course there is a merge conflict. Because it wants to create readme as well, but we already have readme. Okay, I will not use directory, I will just move files after it's after it creates everything. Okay, cool. It asks us what package manager we want to use, and we already chosen Yarn. So now Nest will add all the necessary dependencies and install them for us. Nice animation. Okay. While installation is in progress, let's just check what we're gonna do next. We'll need database to connect to, and for database we'll use Postgres, and you of course can install Postgres locally, but I recommend to use Docker. For those of you who doesn't have experience with Docker, it's like virtual machines which you can use these particular technologies, and you can install different technologies on your computer very easily if you installed Docker before. I have installed Docker before because I have Docker Desktop for Mac, but if you don't have it, just go to Docker official website and check how you can do it, because we're gonna run a database inside Docker. It will simplify things a lot, and in order to do it, I will use Docker Compose. So, okay, we're finished here. Oh, okay, indexing took some time. So now when NestJS installed all the dependencies for our project, it also had 100 and 100 megabytes to our node modules folder, and PHP Storm trying to index it. Okay, cool. Looks like this process is finished. Okay. Okay. Now the problem is that I don't want Nest TypeORM boilerplate inside Nest TypeORM boilerplate folder. So I want to. So it actually goes this git ignore. Okay. So I will use my license. And I want to preserve content from my README. It actually goes already with some README, and I think that it can be useful. Let's just check it. Description, installation, run the app. Yeah, it's definitely useful. So I will just merge it. We'll combat later. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now we just need to move all these files on that level.
I hope you're not gonna use this crazy command which some people use, like git add dot, like adding everything into Git. But maybe in this case it works.
I think it has pre-configured git ignore. So
Yeah,
you see that
yeah.
node modules are excluded. This folder is excluded, so everything will be okay. Now I just will move above. Okay. PHP storm. Gonna get crazy now. No? Yeah.
Yeah, PHP Storm doesn't handle very well when you try to move folders with a huge number of files or something like that. I usually do it in the terminal.
Yeah. You see that I did as well. So I moved all the files to the directory above. And it's happening. So now it need to index it again. It actually could affect our presentation because you can see my CPU going up. Okay, let's give it a couple of minutes. Seconds. Yeah, okay. Probably we needed to create a project from Nest first and then publish it to GitHub. Then we will not have this issue. Okay. So almost everything is okay. We just need to move Git ignore. Oh, it haven't moved hidden files in this dot. Okay, and we can drop this folder. Okay. Let's check its status. No, Andrew, I'm gonna use this crazy command git add dot. And now we see what's added, and we see that node modules are not added to Git because we don't need it, as well as other things.
No, you did it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And now we see that files in Storm, they become blue and green. Green are new files, blue are modified files. And you can see what's changed in these files. We see that our README changed because we added more stuff from Nest. Okay, it's time to commit this because we added a Nest project. Nest files. Okay, commit and push. Oh, start analyzing code. I will uncheck analyzation. Commit anyway and push. Okay, we have a Nest project. Let's try to run it because I'm pretty sure that it also works as boilerplate, and you already have some code to work. So for example, you have app controller and get hello method. Let's check official documentation, what they suggest to do next. Here they thoroughly describe what the files were created, so you can read it as well. Actually, Nest have very good documentation. They describe everything very thoroughly. But let's try to run it, and we'll run it from package.json. We have start dev command. So I will just press the button and see what happens. It's starting compilation in watch mode. It means that in dev mode, when you update some files, this application will be restarted automatically. Okay, it looks like it worked. So it start Nest application. In Nest, you build your application from modules. So to add the functionality, you need to add the module. And here we have only one single module. It's app module. We see that it's dependencies initialized, and the app module, it includes app controller. We actually can spend some time looking at code. So app module, it consists of app controller and the app service. App controller defines what endpoints your application exposes. And just open it. Yes. Okay. So app controller, it has a single method get hello, and what it does, it only invokes get hello method of service. So in services we have business logic. In controller we just define a list of endpoints, and the module, they combine everything together. And modules are important when we resolve different dependencies. We'll touch it a little bit later. So what we have in service, okay, service is also quite simple. It just returns hello world. And we see that it's mapped to slash. Okay, let's just check how it works. We can check it by different ways. First of all, we can just open browser and check localhost on this port. Let's do like this. Why not? Localhost on 3000 slash. Okay, hello world. It works. Yes. I know that here we can actually define what endpoint it uses. So, for example, if in get we write something like hello, you see that it's mapped to hello world now. So if we open main page, it probably gives us 404. Yeah, that's correct. It's because this page doesn't exist anymore, but here we can type hello. Yeah, and we get hello world on new location. And we actually can do the same for controllers just by giving it some routing. So, for example, user hello. If I do like this controller will be automatically mapped to slash user, and it will have a method slash hello. So now our hello will give us 404 because it doesn't exist. And if we go to user hello, yeah, we get this. It's quite useful. So when you write in controllers, you you define a routing system. Okay, this is useful. We have a working Nest application. What's next? We need database. We want to store data in a database, not just in code. So I'm gonna run database. And in order to do it, as I said, I will use Docker. So I create new file called docker compose YAML. If you install Docker, then you install Docker compose as well as technology. And here you can specify services which you want to run. Okay, first you need to specify version and list services. And actually, for now, I want only one service, and it's database. And I want to use Postgres. It's really simple to use Postgres in Docker, and to find documentation about it, you usually go to Google and just write Docker Postgres official image or something like this. Guys, what do you think? Do we need to discuss why Postgres here, or it's not the topic?
Well, we are building like something from the scratch, so I think it would be nice at least to know, at least to know why you have chosen the Postgres. I mean, many of us already tried MySQL and MongoDB and stuff like that. They all have their own benefits and disadvantages. Just maybe a few words. Why do you prefer Postgres?
So that's a great question. Because different databases, they switch to different needs. And probably we need to explain more when we want to use this boilerplate, and it will dictate why we have chosen Postgres. We can come up with this example. And as example, I just suggest that we will do online shop. What do you think? So it's application for just online shop, and you will have some entities which you will work with this.
What is entity?
So entity is like it's like nouns which you operate in the project. So for example, you will have goods which you better products. So you will have products. These products since you didn't shop, you need to store products somewhere, and they will have let's say price, and then you will have users, because usually for some system you need users who can log into this system and for example add new products. Then users looks like they will be admins and actual buyers, and then you will have orders, for example. So for example, then go to online shop and you have chosen something, you actually create order, and then you pay for this order and get this order. So it can have several statuses. So you need to store this information somehow, and between these entities, you usually have some relations. So, for example, order, it will have a buyer. And buyer is actually user. So order will be related with this user, this particular user somehow. And if you see that the application which you create, and it looks like this, it has some entities, and this entities has relations, then you probably need a database which can work with relations, relational databases. And some of them are Postgres and MySQL, which Andrew mentioned. And it's actually there is no big differences between them, especially when you do something simple. But and they actually provide you the same language to operate with these databases. But there are small differences between them, and I just personally have chosen Postgres for different projects, and I have more experience with it, and that's why for new project I choose Postgres but not MySQL. And actually, right now I'm not ready to compare Postgres and MySQL and talk about what's better. We won't use Mongo in this example because Mongo is a NoSQL database, and it doesn't provide relations. It doesn't provide transactions, and the transactions, I think it's important when you deal with online shop, because you don't want to update data in the different places and lose some changes. So it's actually a very hard question what database to choose, and you need to look at your needs for particular application. But now we creating boilerplate for creating REST API, and Postgres, it works really well for it. Andrew, maybe some comments from you or Tom?
No, I don't have any questions for now.
Okay, so let's just focus on running some database because our coding hour will be finished soon. It will be cool to at least run Nest and start working this database. Image for Postgres. It's just Postgres. Okay, let's just run Postgres, and I want to run fresh Postgres. ISO 14 of this 14 of. Okay, great. For Postgres, I can specify some. Actually, let me copy it. A moment. Okay, I need to specify some environment variables like Postgres password, database name. Let me actually check that official Postgres provide is. No. Text description. Environment. Environment variables. We have Postgres password, Postgres user. This optional environment can find a different name for the file database that is created in image start. And the value of Postgres used. Usually I'm not using vanilla Postgres. I'm using my own modification, which else allows you to create database, schema in this database, and custom users. And I think that I will use it for now as well, just to save us some time. It's called apply Postgres. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I actually copy pasted and just modify some environment variables. Postgres password, admin role, admin password. Okay, database name, Nest TypeORM, boilerplate. Just boilerplate. Okay, let's run it. Great. Docker Compose couldn't run it because my port for database it's already taken by another application. Okay.
Yeah, by the way, maybe you know some command which could just stop everything in Docker. Is there any just like stop everything?
Docker stopper. You can kill Docker. It will stop everything for sure.
Yeah. But if it was selected an option to restart, so when you restart Docker machine, it will restart everything again. So that's not the point.
Um, But you can, for containers, you can specify if you need to start these containers, then you start Docker or not. Do you know about it? I don't remember how to do it, but there is some such option.
Yeah. I just meant to the case like I had the similar case when I was trying to run the database during the live, and it was another database instance running on site. And yeah, I just wanted to, stop everything and then just run my instance, but I should try to look up that using Docker commands and then kill it, this specific one. Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, now let's, our database, it looks like it started. So let's just connect to it from, yeah, the database is ready to accept connection. Just connect it from IDE. Need to configure data source, need Postgres. Okay, it's on localhost, it's on port 4, if user Postgres and password. Test connection. Come on. Okay, success. Cool. Apply. Okay. Okay. Now I also need to choose schema. Okay, we'll use boilerplate. Apply. Okay. Okay, we don't have tables here yet. It's just empty new database. And again, PHP Storm indexing what's inside. It takes some time because I'm sharing screen and streaming from the same computer. Usually it's almost an instant process. Okay, looks like we're done. Okay, we have an empty database, and it would be really nice to start creating tables there. And in order to do it, we'll use TypeORM, because TypeORM allows you to describe your database schema and generate all the tables and columns in your database. And in order to do it, we'll use plugin for NestJS. It will not only allow us to work with TypeORM, but it also will generate API endpoints for us. So we won't need to write a lot of code. This plugin called NestJS CRUD. CRUD means create, read, update, and delete, and that's what this library will do. It will generate API endpoints like this. One moment. Documentation is here. Okay, routing endpoints. So, for example, if we come on, API endpoints. Okay. For example, if we will have table in our database called heroes, then this library automatically will generate following endpoints for us. So it will allow us to get all heroes, to get one, to create many heroes, to update them, to replace, and we won't need to write a line of code. What we need is just to install this library, describe our entities, and get these endpoints, which will do database operations under the hood. Okay, how to install it? Okay, install npm.
Sorry, Andrew. Yeah, I think we are running out of the time.
Yeah, I think that we'll probably just continue from this step next Saturday, and we'll create our actual entities. Maybe you guys have questions right now, which we can discuss. We haven't got so far.
Not really. I mean, we get to the point when we already created some stuff around, so we are ready to actually build some boilerplate right now, right? Because before that, we just created something.
Yeah, you can enable cameras.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hi.
Yeah, so I think that today we just prepared for building something next week. But
yeah, that's great. The only thing I probably will mention here would be nice. So you have this plan you written right somewhere. Maybe we could put this plan on the GitHub in the README. So from the repo, it will be clearly understandable what exactly we are doing. Because for now, it just looks like like NestJS something application. So basically,
yeah, definitely. I think that I will just spend several minutes and describe what's the plan here, and just comb README, so to make it clear what's going on.
Artem, any input from your side?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Andrei. I have no questions for now. and it was interesting and useful, despite the problems with the creation of the project and PHP Storm indexing sometimes.
Yeah.
So looking forward to see the real power of the NestJS in terms of building powerful APIs in next streams, I suppose.
Yeah. So now we continue next Saturday.
Yeah,
Thank
next
you.
Saturday. Don't miss it out. Join us. It will be cool.
Yeah.
See you for now.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.